Hi, welcome to Disney Mummy with MS, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you all about what I take for my hand luggage when I go on holidays on a long haul flight, in particular when I go on holiday to Florida. This is what I take in particular for myself to help me with my MS, but also what I take in my girls' bags to help them on the flights, to keep them occupied and so they don't get bored. So yeah, let's get on with it, shall we? Starting off, we stay at a hotel the night before, so we will be checking our bags in with Virgin. So our main luggage will be packed in this, or checked in the night before. So we will need a hand luggage case to have a change of clothes and our pyjamas to sleep in. So I have got this case, which will have that in there. I don't know if you can see. That is got a beautiful print on it, which I got from Disneyland Paris. I have got matching wellies to this case, which you may have seen in my Disney shoe collection vlog, which I done a few weeks ago. If you haven't, go check it out. Also in this case I have a few other bits and pieces which I may or may not need during the flight, but which I don't need to easily or quickly get to, but if I do need to get to it, it will be there. So I'll show you now what is in the case. As you can see, the left hand side is for us to put our clothes in, and in the right hand side I've got all the bits and pieces which I may or may not need to get to on or during the flight, and I'll go through them with you now. First of all, in my travel case I have my foldable walking stick. Although my legs at the moment are kind of okay, I always take this with me and always keep it on me just in case my legs do go bad. Even when I'm going around the parks, my walking stick is always with me just in case I have an emergency and I need, or my legs feel weak and feel like they're going to go at any minute. I've got always got this to keep me sturdy. This particular one is from Switch Sticks, and it's so easy to come up, and it's really strong, really sturdy, and then to fold it up, it goes like so, and I usually just wrap the handle around, and yeah, and then that goes in my case. The next thing that I always find to have on me in my hand luggage is all my medication. I can't have it in my suitcase that goes in the hold. I always have to have it on me because even during the flight I have to take quite a lot of medication. So one tip is make sure you take your medication and make sure you keep it in the boxes with the pharmacy labels on with your name and your date of birth. So it matches up to you, so they know that it is your medication. And also something I always do is I always make sure I take my repeat prescription with me. So if you're ever questioned why you have so much medication on you, that they can see that it is your medication, that the reason why you've got so much, and that it does all belong to you. So yeah, that's something I do. This is my makeup case. One thing I haven't done yet, which I must do, is get a clear bag to put my liquids in, because I have my foundation and my mascara, and they can't be kept in this bag. They need to make sure they go in a clear sealable bag. So I'm off tomorrow to go and get one from Primark or wherever I can find one, and I will make sure that I will change all my makeup over from here into the clear bag. Also, same goes for deodorants, perfumes, any liquids need to be under 100 millilitres, and they all need to be in a clear bag. This is something else I cannot live without. This is my Florida planning folder. It is something I cannot live without when I go away to Florida. Inside I have got my ESTAs, I have got my holiday documents, I have got my tickets, I've even got my, I don't know if you can see it, my planning, where I'm going, where I'm eating, vacation planner. I've also got, just trying to see what else I've got. I've also got my travel insurance documents. I've got my fast passes, which I know you don't need on the plane, but it's there in case of an emergency. I like to have it on hand. I'd rather have it with me rather than in my bag, which goes in the hold, just in case that ever gets lost. If it's in my cabin bag, I know that can't get lost because that stays with me. And yeah, planning is everything for me. I start planning my holiday far away in advance. So yeah, if this got lost, I'd be very lost without it. And then finally, this year, I'll be taking my camera and all its accessories with me. So that will be going in that case as well. Next up is sort of my handbag bag sort of thing. And this one looks a bit like this Chip 'n Dale one. And then look, they've got fluffy tails. Now, I bought this one from the Disney store about 3 or so years ago, and I love it. It comes on every Disney holiday I go on. And inside will have all the things that will stay by my feet when I'm on the flight. So if I need to get anything during the flight, I can easily just grab down into the bag and it'll be right there. Now in this bag, I have, a bit like a Mary Poppins bag, my neck pillow. This is from Primark. I believe they may still be doing these in there. It's quite comfy to have on during the flight. Keep your neck nice and soft if you ever want to fall asleep. I find on the flight out I don't really fall asleep, but on the flight back it is really handy to have. Next up is snacks. I take my own snacks with me. I refuse to buy the tiny little tubes of Pringles for sort of £2–3 on the plane. I'd much rather pay £1 back home and take it with me. So yeah, got my Pringles, got my popcorn ready for the movies on the plane. Next up, I've got my iPad and I've got my book. So my entertainment on the plane. Yeah, got my games ready on my iPad. I've got my book ready. Keep me going. Although with the girls on the plane and Chris, they keep me entertained as well. So we'll see how we go. Although I may get a couple of pages in, I'll let you know. Another tip, pens. You never know when you're going to need them. They're always a handy thing to have. So I always just chuck a couple of pens in my bag, especially when, not necessarily to Florida, but I know when I've been to other countries before and you have visas or whatever to fill in. So by just chucking a couple of pens in my bag, then when you're on the flight, you can just easily fill them in and you don't have to worry. One thing that I always find handy is when you get through customs, there's a Boots, and I always pick up a couple of bottles of water and some packs of plain ham sandwiches. The reason for this is both my girls hate aeroplane food. There has never been one aeroplane meal they have ever enjoyed. So I always buy sandwiches on the plane because during the flight they always get hungry. So I've always got sandwiches in my bag to keep them going, keep them fed throughout the flight. So in that bag, I also keep passports. Don't forget your passports. Never leave home without them, because you cannot get on the airplane without it. And don't forget, if you're flying to Florida or America, you need to make sure your passport has the new chip in it. Although most of them do have that now, but don't forget just in case. Finally, I'm going to be talking to you about what I pack in my girls' bags. They take their own backpack each. This one, for example, is Poppy's. And I will show you what is inside Poppy's bag. They take their own bags and their own items in. Each one will have their own neck pillows. These I got from Pound Stretcher a few years ago. I believe they do have similar ones still in there, maybe different designs. They're a bit different from the Primark ones, as they're more the little round balls in them. So they're a lot softer than what, say, the Primark ones are. So I find these ones are better for children than what the Primark ones are. Next up, to keep them occupied, they take their tablets and headphones. The tablets I load up with games that don't need Wi-Fi, and also any movies or cartoons that they may want to watch. And I always take their own over-the-ear headphones rather than the in-ear ones, as sometimes with little ones, when they're watching, say, movies or on the airplane for a while, the in-the-ear ones can sometimes hurt their ears. So the over-the-head ones are a lot softer. Next up, I always take a colouring book and a pack of gel pens. Now these ones in particular are from Sainsbury's. They cost £4. And I don't know if you can see, but they are kind of stuck in there. Or they clip in there really. But you can see there's some metallic-y ones, some glitter ones, some pastel-y ones. But basically what we do, I buy one pack of these, and then Chris usually sits in between the girls. This then sits on his tray while he's watching a movie. The girls sit either side of him with their colouring books, and then they just pick out a pen at a time, colour which bit they need to do, and then put the pen back in. That way no pens fall on the floor, pens don't go missing, and yeah, they all stay in there nice and secure. And then at the end of the flight you just clip it up and pop it back in their bags. Another thing I always pack for my girls is lollies. For me and Chris, I always buy boiled sweets for our ears for the flights, but sometimes for younger children it's easier for them to have a lolly to suck on. That way, for takeoff and landing, that really helps their ears to sort of pop and go. And yeah, it's just easier for them, and it's a nice treat for them as well. that's the end of my video. I hoped you all liked it. If you did, please like, please subscribe, as I will be uploading all my future holiday vlogs soon. However, if you do have any questions, or if there's anything I may have missed, please comment below or send me a message and I'll try and answer any questions as best as I can. I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!